What's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son. It's your kinfolk, William Jewell. Giving you my detail. Let's articulate. This is articulating. Rap. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so you can get all the new content when I post it. Make sure you like this video, share this video, right? Because we need the people to tune in. We need the people to be watching us. You hear me? And man, it's a lot of things that need to be watched nowadays. There's a lot of things that really you gotta keep an eye on nowadays because these dudes, man, they not moving correctly. These dudes are not moving like men. They've lost that masculine fervor. They've lost that intentionality. They've lost, what it means to be honorable, what it means to be upright. They lost, and I don't believe they can find the valor, right? Because the way these guys are talking about things like in a petty nature, right? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And by these guys, I mean Drake, I mean DJ Akademiks, and to a point, Chris Blake Griffith, if you even know who that is. But now people know who it is, right? Because he's gone viral running his mouth. He's gone viral showing DMs, you know, with Drake. So, man, it's crazy because it's kind of like, damn, I got to start this episode like a gossip column. I got to start this episode like I'm one of these women on The Views reporting about what's going on in the business. Because ain't really no new music has dropped. Lil Baby, he did the deluxe, but as I said on the last episode, I mean, I'm not really checking for Lil Baby like that. I think, what he did last week was cool, but like I feel like that was a one and done. That music not gonna, it's not gonna stay here, right? And whoa, Jello Tweaker, right? It kind of took over. It kind of took over last week as well. So man, it's a lot to talk about musically, right? Well, I won't say it's a lot to talk about, but it's some things that we can kind of get into. But I just want to get into the DJ Academics and Drake fiasco, right? And I'm gonna try to explain it the best way I know how to explain it with the knowledge that I actually have of it, because it's just too messy and it's hard for me to like dig deep on stuff like that and not really, you know what I'm saying, want to get too juicy. Because this is a hip hop channel. We really mainly talking about the music, but we kind of got to talk about what's going on in the culture since having no really new albums dropped, right? And the crazy thing is a lot of these albums haven't dropped. A lot of new music haven't dropped because Drake is still doing the back and forth. We had the tweaker from Jello. Lil Baby just dropped. We don't know what Kendrick's gonna do next. So it's kind of like some of these guys are trying to stay out of the way. And to be honest, they don't have too much longer to stay out the way because the Super Bowl's coming. The NFL playoffs have started this Saturday. So they don't have to stay out the way too long. But I would definitely believe no bigger artist is going to drop like, anytime close in the early February from right now. But let's get into the mess. Let's get into the gossip. I can't believe I'm doing this because this is not my character. But let's make a long story short, right? Chris Blake Griffith, right? He's a aspiring artist. He's a clothing designer. He's done some work on Tank Davis's boxing trunks. He's done work with Drake in the styling department, fashion department. And basically he's trying to get on. He's trying to, have Drake post some of his music or post some of his content. And during the conversation that he was having with Drake, Drake was pretty much saying that, he can't post it because it would make it seem like he's being a rat and he's not from that culture. And that's the hypocrisy in all of it. Drake saying that he can't post it because he'll be seeming like a rat. So, long story short, let's get to it. I mean, I don't know details, fam. I'm just showing you outside perception. I think there's a better way to go about it, is my opinion. These are the words of Drake, right? So, me and Universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron James cheating on his wife. Not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company he been with since he started. My situation is not no street shit. Everybody before me that tried the label was too eccentric, so they wrote them off as crazy, and they never had to pay for their sins and mistakes. I'm going to change that and make the building a safer place for every artist moving forward. Your shit is personal and involves violence. I just think the way you're doing it makes you look crazy. That's my opinion, and you don't need to listen to it. I just think all you are saying is there's better ways to handle it other than dropping a tape. So basically, Chris Blake Griffith is telling Drake that he wants him to post a tape, post his music. So Chris Blake Griffith accused Stephon Diggs, the NFL wide receiver that's playing for the Houston Texans, that he tried to make a pass at him and Chris Blake Griffith turned him down. And after he turned him down, he had him get beat up, right? And so since he's an aspiring artist, he's trying to drop music talking about these type of things. And Drake is saying he don't want to put that out there. He don't want to promote that. Right, Drake, and then Chris Blake Griffin is saying like, ain't you doing the same thing with UMG? And basically Drake is saying, no, I'm not doing the same thing. This is what I'm doing. So that's where it all gets started from, right? It all gets started from this message, right? This message leaks online. A lot of the blog spots pick it up. The Shade Room, the Hollywood Unlocked, blase, all that shit. Right? So, DJ Akademiks, he's been known to be a credible source of Drake, tweeted this DM and said it was fake. Okay, minutes later, Chris Blake Griffith screen records the video of the actual DM and shows that this is not fake. This is actually real. And at that very moment in time, with all credibility that DJ Akademiks had was kind of lost in that moment. And I remember posting this on Facebook when I first saw that DM. And I was like, I knew Drake was going to do this. Like, that's Drake's thing. He goes after people's wives. And then a friend of mine, he commented on that post, and he was saying, well, they said that this is a lie. And then I was looking at the source, and I said Akademiks, and I was like, nah, Akademiks is compromised. I can't believe nothing Akademiks say. So come to find out, this was actually true, and which I believed it was true. And I believe that Drake said what he said, knowing that Buddy would post this, whether he told him to post this or whether he didn't tell him to post this. I believe Drake told the dude to post this, right? Because the dude that posted this, he's getting clout, he's getting recognition, he's going viral because of this. So at the end of the day, regardless if he's mad that Drake didn't aid him, just by the fact that Drake said that in his DM and he was able to go viral posting a screenshot of what Drake said, and it made all this noise, it made all this commotion. Well, Drake actually did him a solid. He actually did him the favor that he was asking for, but not in the way that he was asking him to do it. You know what they said about God? When you ask God for wisdom, when you ask God for strength, he's going to put you through some hard times. He's going to put you through some times where you will have to use your mind. You have to dig down deep to find the courage, to find the strength. And then once you get past the storm, you will be stronger for it. And this is the sixth God, right? Chris Blake Griffith was asking the sixth God, can you post my mixtape? And although Drake didn't want to post the tape, what he did was still gave him some clout. He still gave him some fame in his own way. Maybe not the way that he was asking, but in a way where he would get what he needed out of that. So I actually believe that Drake is pulling the strings of this. I do believe that although Drake has made some mistakes in the past, although Drake has made some bad moves in the past, and to me, honestly, this is also a bad move, right? But what this bad move has done for Drake has made DJ Akademiks spiral out even more. Right? So not only did he lose his credibility, not only did Drake get caught lying to him, not only did he do streams with QC, a white boy, not only did he do streams with Aiden Ross, another white boy, that's not really of this hip-hop culture, while DJ Akademiks has been aiding him, has been riding for him this whole time, has been supporting him, has been riding the train, the coattails, has been propping him up on the pedestal the whole time. He told him a lie. He fed him false information. And that's unforgivable because you're a journalist, right? You're supposed to be one of the biggest hip-hop media platforms in the culture, according to Complex, because the way you covered the Drake and Kendrick beef, they gave you your flowers, but those flowers soon went dead because you didn't water the plants, my brother. You thought they would be able to stand alone and continue to flourish and continue to grow, but you didn't water the plant. You didn't use the soil. You didn't use the fertilizer. You didn't check on the roots and what the roots were rooted in. That soil was damaged. So, and I feel like DJ Akademiks spiraled out and now he's getting on to LeBron. Right? Because Drake has not said anything about LeBron other than what he said in that DM. So now he's manipulating. Now he's still pulling strings behind the background. Right? And DJ Akademiks crashing out, as they would say. Going ham, talking about him and Drake ran two-mans, talking about when LeBron would go to Toronto, Drake would make sure he had what he needed and make sure that it was confidential. Right? Putting this man's business on Front Street. Hey, LeBron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. And Steph Curry would say, damn, I don't really like this song. But now, seeing what Drake did to LeBron, Curry, you better like that damn Not Like Us song, because now we can see that Drake is not like us. And the fact that Drake is not saying anything, but DJ Akademiks is doing all this dirty work for him to save face. But bro, you put all this stuff out about LeBron James, but when Drake told you something else, it was a lie. And I couldn't imagine you being sued. I can imagine you being sent a cease and desist from saying some shit like this. Like, why are they letting you say this crazy stuff? When you were saying this about Jay-Z, they told you to shut the fuck up. Why are you talking about LeBron James? Why are you trying to tarnish a man's legacy? Same thing that Drake said on the Fighting Irish freestyle, and I knew he was going to expose dirty laundry. I knew he was going to do some snake shit. I knew he was going to be crooked. Everybody on the internet saying, hey, bro, he switched up on the homie. He switched up. He was supposed to be riding with Drake. Drake got his name, face tatted on him, bro. He switched up. He jamming Kendrick Lamar music. Hey, Lil Bron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. I think LeBron realized, and to be honest, that's the beautiful thing about our women. That's the beautiful thing about having a wife. That's the great thing about having a partner that you can look to for some advice, or that you could look to for their strength, that you can look to for their wisdom. And if not their wisdom, one thing that a woman can give you is their intuition. One thing my wife can always tell me when something seems right and when something seems wrong. And I would listen to her energy. When things seem off putting, when things seem wrong, I would listen to what she has to say. Right? And I believe Savannah was trying to portray that to LeBron. And I believe like LeBron, I don't believe he just started distancing himself from Drake. I believe he was already kind of doing that before the beat popped off. You know what I'm saying? Because the songs, everything, the beef wasn't long. Like, once you get to Euphoria, 616, Family Matters, then Meet the Grammars Not Like Us. When you get to that encapsulation of songs, the beef didn't really last long. Right? But we knew that LeBron was singing these songs, right? When he was playing the game, he was jamming to these songs. He was liking these songs, right? He had love for these songs. He was mouthing these songs not only you know what I'm saying, when the diss songs came out, and then he went to the pop out. So it wasn't like we didn't see that LeBron was enjoying these songs, because we heard a mic'd up conversation between Curry and LeBron when Not Like Us was really, you know what I'm saying, reaching that status. And Curry's like, damn, I can't stand this song. LeBron say, well, I like this song. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even no real back and forth like argument. Like, he just said, I like this song. Like, so, I mean, we know LeBron's a fan of hip hop. We know LeBron has liked Kendrick Lamar. And we know that him rapping Man of the Garden damn near word for word when he's not known to know lyrics to any song prompted the Fighting Irish freestyle. And once the Fighting Irish freestyle was released, and he said, God forbid if somebody tarnish your public image, I knew what that meant. I knew what that meant. And this is what it meant. And like, we can't play like that. We can't do that. We don't do that petty shit. Like, that's just bad intentions. That's just malicious. Because at the end of the day, if somebody likes a song, you can't demonize them for liking a song. If somebody rapping a song, you're well in your right to feel a type of way because of what the song represents. And this guy is supposed to be a friend of yours, you're well in your right to feel a certain type of way. But to go all the way dirty and like try to put him out in public about what he's done behind the scenes with against his wife, like, that's different. And that's Drake's move. He always uses women in every beef or every tough situation he gets into to get out of it, or to point the finger, or to show that he's one step ahead, or to show that he's above whoever is feeling that pain. And I believe Savannah knew what was coming. So, I mean, it's just that's just not like how we do things in this culture, right? If my partner did me wrong, right? If he stole some money for me, the first thing in my mind is not to go to his wife and say, "Hey, you know he cheated on you. I know he stole my money, but since he stole my money, he cheated on you." Like, nah, you get that money back. Like, get your respect back, get your power back. But you ain't gotta go all the way on the out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And try to reach on the sideline when another person is on the like. You know what I'm saying? When these people on the sidelines, the game is not played out of bounds. The game is played in between the lines. This is something that's out of bounds. This is something that's not a part of the game. Like if a player is celebrating because they they scored or because they got a first down or they made a basket, like you don't go out of bounds, right, to their coach, to their bench players, to their locker room, to their family, and try to destroy that part. No, you go into the game and you retaliate being on offense. So I just don't like how that's done. We just know, like, at the end of the day, that's pussy shit. That's bitch shit, right? That's all what me and my partner say. That's some hoe shit, right? That's really just, that's not real. That's not RNS, right? That's not like us. Like, no. And he just proves us right every day. And these are academics. Come on, bro. Like, your cultural cachet is gone too at this point. Because Drake didn't ask you to do this. Right, you did this on your own free will. And I don't know if it was to save face or to make another story or make another narrative because the narrative was that Drake lied to you. Right? So in order to like get that narrative out the way, you brought LeBron James up, bro. Like, nah, he gotta get gone. Like, at the end of the day, I knew like academics was kind of needed in the culture. Like, although sometimes I didn't like what he did, but now I see like, nah. Like when somebody doing like dishonorable things just for the sake of content, just for the sake of, selfishness, then like they're deteriorating, they're destroying the culture, and it's just like unbecoming of a real man. And when you gotta like get outside of your manhood, when you gotta get outside of your masculinity, when you gotta get outside of the vicinity of masculinity, right? And you get closer to the pussy proximity, you become an enemy. Like you gone, bro. I can't respect you in my eyes. But man, after we get done talking about this mess, let's just talk about a little bit more stuff that's going on. I really want to do a true breakdown on these things. I ain't gonna do a breakdown. I'm gonna just make it quick. Vaughn, Daylyt, they both responded to Joey Badass. And Vaughn, like, he's up and coming artist of TDE, has dropped freestyles, great freestyle, LA Leakers freestyle. I did a breakdown on some of those lyrics. Just his hunger, just the way that he approaches music from a lyrical standpoint. He performed at the Pop Out, right? The Pop Out was for those who didn't have dads. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only badass we recognizing is Boozy, right? And Tory Lanez, he kind of got out on a lot of people. Treat you like a T-Move package mall, you get boxed bad over your mall. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they calling them sensitive winners. Like, no, ain't nothing sensitive about it. Like, now we got the lead. Now we gonna run the score up on y'all ass. I don't care. So we gotta respect that they still going hard, that they still repping for their set. And I'm ready to hear some new music from Vaughn. And to be honest, I've been listening to new Vaughn music that's been coming out. I've been listening to the Lucy's. I've been listening to the singles. I always like Vaughn. He did a song with Pusha T, I believe. That was a good song. He did another single. So I've always thought Vaughn was a good artist. And just to know that he's possibly releasing something this year really gets me excited because I know how TDE developed their artists. Reason is a bad example of that because I didn't really care for Reason, but mainly because Reason didn't have that passion in his voice. He didn't just have that hunger and how he presented himself on the mic. And so when a nigga get lazy or when a nigga feel like when I listen to a dude and he just ain't got that pain, he just ain't got that hunger, he just ain't got that passion in him, then it kind of turns me off. But Ray Vaughn, like he he connects with me. He connects with me and like the things that he talks about, like I could relate to him. So, I want to see what he gonna do. And he said he gonna turn one of you niggas into an album rollout. And so like that just makes me excited for Ray Vaughn because if he's dropping an album and he's using this, it worked. Right? Now would Joey Badass respond to Ray Vaughn? I don't think Joey Badass needs to respond to Ray Vaughn. I think Joey Badass did what he needed to do when he sparked that fire, right? When he sparked that, that light, that torch. And he really just sparked it up for New York. To be honest, he really said, now I'm going to hold it down for New York. So really he's gotten the West Coast excited, but this is also something for some of those New York artists to follow. Like to get in front of, to use as an opportunity to go viral, to be seen, to be heard. Just get behind Joey's message. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, newer and upper coming artists, since Ray Vaughn is that, you can help Joey fight this battle as well. And y'all can team up. And maybe not like directly on the same song as each other, but if you go at Ray Vaughn in the sake of New York or the East Coast, I believe he would definitely like do you a solid, do you a favor, or show some love, show some appreciation. So I believe Joey going to respond, but in a subtle way, subbing, not directly, but just letting niggas know he heard that shit, which I'm sure everybody heard it. And Daylyt, he was a little bit more peaceful. I believe Daylyt dropped High You first, but it kind of got overlooked because he was more peaceful. He was speaking in parables. He was saying some shit, but at the same time, that emphasis wasn't there. That intensity of battle rap wasn't there. And I'm not familiar with battle rap like that. I'm not the favorite. That's not one of my favorite sources of hip hop. But I know Daylyt is profound and prolific when it comes to the battle rap. So, the fact that Ray Vaughn like overshadowed Daylyt's diss lets me know that Ray Vaughn is on that trajectory like he needs to be. And Daylyt, I didn't really like the hook of High You. I like the wordplay. I like the flow. I love the beat. Right? I love the intention. I love the direction it was going. But I feel like he could have used that beat and hook and did a real song instead of using that hook. Instead of trying to go at Joey, he could have used that and did a real song versus a diss, because that really wasn't a diss. And I feel like that diss didn't make him no more known than he already is. So it worked for Ray Vaughn. I don't think it really worked for Daylyt, although it was a good diss. But I think just the fact that Ray Vaughn, who was more newer, more recent in the rap game and not as established as Daylyt, and you hear more chatter, more grumblings, more reactions to what Ray Vaughn said over Daylyt, I think that speaks to the impact of what that song had. The Heart Part 6 beat, just a smooth flow and just him rapping, and we can appreciate that. And hip hop appreciates that. And Joey, I appreciate you. Without Joey, we don't get Ray Vaughn to get on that platform, to get on that pedestal, so we can acknowledge him, the way he should be acknowledged. So it's your brother. Your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son, it's your kinfolk. William Jewell. Well, giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating rap, rap, rap.